more today.
Thanks for staying with us For the Record. We are here with Democrats and Republicans talking about the issues and the candidates. Do you think we do this enough in the current society?
Definitely not.
Thank you.
No,
Yeah.
definitely not.
Yeah.
How do we change that?
I think there's a lot of fear in relation to ideological. I didn't know either of you before we started this conversation, but I think there's a lot of fear in approaching someone who has a different viewpoint, which is actually a shame. And you hope that those colleges that you're paying big bucks to would actually teach people to have critical thinking discussions.
Right.
But you know, when you're a young adult and you're formulating your beliefs and you have a value system, you have the way you grew up, you have the way you now see the world, and you meet someone who has a different viewpoint, that is, I think, scary because it feels like a challenge to the maybe identity of who you are. But if instead we looked at it as, let's not make the opposition be the problem, let's make the problem the problem, let's have the same problem and get on the same side of we're both actually trying to solve the problem, and engage with each other as human people who have beliefs and values and purpose.
Yeah, and here's the thing, each and every one of you have your own unique story. You had your own obstacles you had to overcome. You had your own blessings that you got to experience. And that has created your identity. So why in this society do we hold that against people? Because if that is your identity and you lean to this person, why would that be a bad thing?
So I think part of that is, one, emotions get very high, and especially like if your background is somebody from like a working class, poor family, and you're trying to talk to somebody who came from a wealthy family and had a lot of privilege, that can be challenging because you feel like you can't relate on the same things. So approaching it in a different way and trying to like not come at it from our feelings and emotions, because you know it's hard. Like to me, I believe, you know, government should help, and I don't call it a handout, but help people who don't come from lineage with wealthy, successful families. Like they're starting at a way disadvantage.
When I first met my husband, he identified as a very, very liberal man. He loved Bernie Sanders. I mean, he was a Democrat, and over time he's actually he's come over to my side. But how we made things work at first is we just truly looked at each other's values and said, we have the same values. Like we truly care about you know, strong family values, traditional values. We both want, like we were both Christians, and we just found that to center our relationship, and we were able to bond over that to where we eventually got engaged and married. So I think it's very possible, and I love my in-laws who are very, very liberal. They're the best. So.
There was a time, and this a yes or no question to all of you. There was a time when South Carolina had two senators. One was a Republican, one was a Democrat. Very different issues, looked at things differently, but when it came to the interests of South Carolina, they worked together for the people of South Carolina. Will we get back to that, yes or no?
Hopefully, yes.
Yes. Yes.
As far as having senators from two different parties?
No, I'm just talking about two people from different ideologies working for the same common purpose.
Yes.
But not from two
But I do have
parties.
an ideology that I think is more effective in government. So, and then that's an age-old thing, right? Like the Federalists and the Anti-Federalists. We just celebrated the 237th anniversary of the ratification of the Constitution, and those founders, the framers, had worldviews that shaped them. You know, Virginians were in aggressive odds against those from the Northeast, and because they had different backgrounds, but they were able to come to the table. And I can't imagine having to be in that room and frame the ideology that we now, 230 plus years later, can still function by. I mean, I think sometimes we take that so for granted that we build these walls between the parties and don't realize we came from such division, and we need to be able to re-enter that space. It's been done before. We have so much to be grateful for. We're on the same team
and work together for the common good of all. Still to come, thank you very much for being here. Still to come on For the Record, the quest to make a couple new friends turned into a weekly gathering of hundreds.
That thing is my goal, just to make the most random people become friends.
Meet the founders of Greenville Run Club in case you missed it.